I'm live. Woohoo. So, I went to urgent care, took care of some business. Boy, did not give a shit. I've never, I've never went to a place where I thought, wow, I didn't even see a doctor or nothing. They were like, yeah, no big deal. No, I lied and told them that, other stuff that wasn't true. So I can just have a test done. And I was like, okay, cool. And like my friend had said, she had a family member. Uh, they had the same thing happen, same age as me, and they were told, that they were all good to go, and they went overseas, died because, yeah, they go fuck. You do not get the service that you really need. Actually, I'm going to be honest. If I was a time traveler, I'd hate to like come to out west, at least go to back east or something. You get better medical by far. This is horrible. I'm having to deal with trying to find a job, and the only jobs I can find are they're not here. It's like one of those things, they're not here. I'm thinking of traveling to go and seeing if I can put in for a job and tell them, hey, give me travel time for the only notes I would put, hey, give me time to travel to go to get in a vehicle and to get there. So that's the only thing with that. I don't have much of a life. I am going to put out my book this week. That's going to be the biggest thing, is to put out my book. I've had I really am. It's like when I ever go to like urgent care, it's like you cross your fingers and you hope to God that they get something right, because usually you're like, oh, please let them, have something right or whatever. So you've come to a point in your life that you don't want to piss off anyone in a small town. So I usually go over to Vegas, and I'm thinking, well, it'll just be fast. And usually you're like, you put in and you boom out. They don't even want to ask you anything. They just want to get you in and out. So anyway, I'm going through some, I've asked help in the medical field, some problems I'm going through. And I told them, could you check my this, my that, and this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until next Tuesday and go to the urgent care there and tell them about my problem, like having the need to go, uh, feeling the need for, going to the restroom every so often. But it's not as bad, but it seems to be, like it's just other things that are, you feel certain things that you just want checked up on. That's all. I just don't think I rather I rather fly to a different part of the United States that actually has, what you call a medical team that wasn't, that did not give a shit, that wasn't like, crappy. I'm come to the point, unless you're fucking dying, don't go to see your doctor, because they really don't. Out west is just the most horrible, yeah, how to say, medical experience ever. No matter how nice they are, you're so like, it's not the medical experience. And people are treated like shit. And I said, what do you mean, our type of people? And then I realized what she was saying many years later. Yes, there are people who are my age who look like they're way older. I have a friend, she's really, really super young looking. And I bet you she gets the same thing. She goes, no, I'm just, your age. And you get that sometimes. But I've been going through some health problems, not bad ones. It's just I've been going through where I'm like, oh, why am I having this feeling? I don't know. I go, could you do a ultrasound or something? Could you find out why, I'm having problems with this, with my urinary tract or whatever? I always feel like I'm going to the bathroom and I feel, the urgency and stuff, and it's not like I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm actually having, I have to go to the bathroom by the time I usually go, really go. So I'm like, okay, I'm having just I hold back instead of going when I really need, when I feel it at first, because it doesn't, it's hard to explain. So I'll have that checked on next week over here. Have all that, it's like certain things done. So let's see. Let me get a hold of the psychic. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call California Psychics. Da, 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 da. Yep, there it is. All right. Let me see. I'm going to go. What I am going to do is I got to add money on here. So I got to add some monies. So I got to add funds. All right. So I just because I'm going to be calling. That's really good. It was nice talking to you. I'm doing a thing on here. Yeah, what I find out is they kept telling, I had psychics on California Psychics telling me I was going to meet my dream guy at a party. Let me tell you, I'm already going to tell you, if you're told by a psychic you're going to meet somebody, a dream person at a place, avoid it. I'm going to already tell you, do whatever it is to avoid it. If they tell you you have to go to a wedding, make sure that you're not going to make that wedding. You will be on a plane somewhere else. That's how much you should avoid it. You should avoid going to what the psychics say to go, because it is always wrong. I was told yesterday that I'd get my answer that I wanted, and it wasn't. It wasn't my answer that I wanted at all. And I'm like, I'm still having this problem and this problem. Could you tell me why I'm having these problems? And they're like, I don't know. I'm just a doctor. I just been to thousands and hundreds on why am I having this problem? And I tell them all the problems I'm having. And I've got a list of, I now have a list of problems that I'm having, and I'm not getting an answer. And I'm almost tempted to go to Detroit just to see a fucking doctor that knows their shit, because out west, they don't know their shit. So, you can't ask any medical on California Psychic, because they've been sued probably really good. um but I was told I'd get an answer I want, which never happened. So you got to understand, if you get an answer you want, you're not going to get the answer. It's like a big no. So so we're going to do that. Let's find a psychic. I like to get the ones on sale. I miss let's see. Wow. $9 a minute. How good is she? She's a 4.5 for $9 a minute. This is a 4.5, and she's been ringing since 12. Let's see. Let's see how good she is. I'm going to tell her, I'm going to leave it in the thing. I'm going to tell her that I'm online, you know. Well, no, if I tell her, well, she's really seems really nice, and I want to try her. I got to figure out how to ask these questions because usually I never get what I want as an answer ever, you know. Yeah, and I'm giving up on, I hate when they go, "Oh yeah, you're going to meet somebody in their 50s and 60s." And she goes, "Oh, he might be 75." And I go, "Oh fuck." I said, "Is he in the grave yet?" And she goes, "Why?" I go, "That's a bit, unless they're looking really good." I said, mostly if they're 75, 80 over here in Prom, honey, it's not going to be happening. No. Okay. All right. All right. All right. We're going to try talking to Callie. She seems really pretty too. She's a pretty person. Pretty person. Let's see. Audio speaker.
I love what I do and I welcome your call. Thank you from Callie on 6370. At a rate of $9 per minute. You will get warning beep when you have 1 minute left. Your reading will end 1 minute after the beep. You are now connected. Hello, it's Callie speaking.
Hello, this is Stephanie. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much for asking. Nice to hear from you. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
Stephanie. I'm my full name's Stefania. Yeah. I got a crappy name. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Over here in America, they do not know how to pronounce. Us Americans, we are very easy in our tongue. So, I was kind of wondering if you could see in the next couple weeks, will I get my answer I'm looking for? I was told I would, and it wasn't. I can't ask what it is because it's a medical. It's. I'm just trying to find what's wrong with me. So
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm taking a look.
All right.
I see further tests and investigations. It looks as though I feel you will have a 100% answer within a couple of weeks. It looks as though medical people will get closer to finding, maybe some anomalies. But it looks as though, I would say, within a 6-week window, so it could be much sooner than that.
Yeah, I was like, I thought to myself, I'm telling them all my problems. I said, could you do an ultrasound? They looked at me like I was crazy. I go, could you just do it? I would just wait in the next couple of weeks is probably about it. I'm still waiting on a job, guys. I swear, I really need a job.
You will get a job, actually, is the prediction.
Is it going to be in Las Vegas or my hometown?
Is it what?
Is it going to be in Las Vegas?
I'm sorry. Well, you've really got options looking at the reading. I would say that you will get offered something regarding Las Vegas, but equally, it looks like if you wanted to stay in your hometown, it looks like you could get a job there as well.
Okay.
So, again, I'm expecting that to be by June at the latest. I feel you'll know what's happening with your work.
Yeah. Well, I'm I got my, I have what I need to do where I want to work at, I should be getting my MME card. Literally, I paid for it and I'm waiting for that right now. It's a card that you work with weed. It's a weed card to work with weed.
Yeah, excellent.
So
yeah, no, that will work out just fine.
So it's like yeah, I'm just I'm in that thing of waiting, the waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of waiting around in your reading, but it'll be worth it. You're going to be fine.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't really been. I've decided I'm not going to be dating any human beings for some time, if any. I was told, I would, be dating and stuff, and I'm like, I don't think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, that part of your life will naturally sort itself out over time. It looks initially as though your health and your job situation, you'll get those into place first,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll find in time your love life changes for the better.
I like to see that because it has been. My life has gotten worse and worse as time has gone on. As you're going, whoa, man. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much for your reading. I'll give you a good rating. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you. You too. Wishing you all the best.
All right, thanks. There. I've had her before. She's really. I like to, kind of let her know how things are going. It's been really hard. It's been real hard. I really don't have, that feeling of, oh, it's gonna be a wonderful rest of the year. Woohoo. It's to that feeling where you're okay, I feel like this and I got this problem going on, and I feel like this and this and this, and hi, Moon Norse. So anyway, what I find out a lot when you're, dealing with stuff, I have literally, I know it's going to take a couple weeks to wait everything out. And you're like, okay, I feel this and I got to write everything down that I feel now and then go and deal with getting and adding anything extra that's new. And you get to that point where you're like, these doctors should be going, hey, what's your symptoms? You got this, what are you coming in here for? So usually what I try to do, and it's like, I'm going to go over to the other urgent care. They're a little more in depth, and I'll do that in the next couple weeks if it doesn't clear up my problems, because I haven't yet seen anything where it would clear up. So I'm like, okay, you're like, I got bloating. I got things going on that it's becoming bothersome. At first it's funny, that I got bloating to the point where I can fart on command, and just like my grandfather, he had that. So I don't know if it's a hereditary thing or I'm going through something else, and then all of a sudden I have other things going on. I can it was just like, okay, there's other things going on. I'm telling people, I'm like, God, I feel this way and this way and this way, and they're like, wow, I might have the onset of cancer. So I'm like freaking out that I got cancer and whatnot. And I'm like, I've had friends say, if you had cancer, would you go get chemo? And I said, no, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't tell anybody either. I would not tell a single person at all if I was dying of cancer. I just wouldn't. So what happened was I decided, because a lot of my friends say if it's not life threatening, which no one ever thinks any of their stuff that when you go to the doctor or urgent care is life threatening in the first place. Let's be honest. It's not like we have like a thermometer that you put in your mouth and it says life threatening, run to emergency. Nothing like that. We take an idea and we go, well, it's not really life threatening, but I'll go over there. We'll fill out the paperwork, make sure our insurance is covering everything. And then I'll go and have this taken care of. And you're like, okay, let's get this taken care of. And then when you get it taken care of, and you're like, okay, cool. Um, One thing I have found out, it's like a friend of mine said, if they didn't take care of your problem where you feel that okay, you're you have this and this and this and this problem, this explains that problem, but it doesn't explain the 20 other symptoms. Do you know what I mean? And you're going, I got 20 other symptoms that states that I have this and this and this, but you refuse to do this and that and this, which they would have already done in Detroit, Michigan, which is the murder capital of the United States. That's the thing. You got to go to a place where they kill a lot of people, I guess, to get good health care. I remember when my son Devin had a really high fever, and I took him. God, back then it costed I didn't have insurance. It costed $300. My sister-in-law thought that I was Miss Moneybags. I'm like one of those women that, okay, I owe X amount. What I did is we owed about 30 or 40 grand, and all I did was work it off. I mean, I worked it off $500 a week, paying off shit and paying off. And then when we get our money from the not government, but you get your tax returns and stuff, I get that and I pay down my stuff. It was something else. Because I wasn't planning to buy a car or a house. A lot of times what I would do is I would call the credit card companies and make a deal with them and say, look, I have $120. I owe 300. Can I pay the 120? And that's what I would do. I would just whittle everything down. I had one big credit card that went up to 35. Yeah, I went to 35. It was a $20,000, and I just kept. But then if you make the minimum payments, you can just have it go all the way up to 20 grand. So what happened was, I have come to the point that when you're out west, and then when you're in the Midwest and back east, is a whole different genre of seeing doctors and talking to them. You have to really put down your symptoms here, because they're not going to read between the lines. They're not going to look at your fingernails. They're not going to do the things that doctors do in order to be really good doctors. They're just, what was it, the word I have for, they're just kind of listening to what you have and going on that, and not going on any other stuff that is, happening. Like if there's like if they had a line, if you get a dark line in between your nails, you get a line, that means you have cancer. So I don't have that, but I have a lot of symptoms that I was really scared about, and I still have those symptoms, and it's not being taken. You see what I mean? It's not like, do you have this? I think I have, not cancer, but I think it's something else. And I'm like, well, what do I have? Do I got something that is not catchy, but it's, the cancer or whatever. So I'm going, okay, it's something else. It's just this or that. So I'm telling them all these things that are wrong with me, and they're not even checking up on them. They're like, well, okay, we'll just do this one thing because it's easy. They can get me out the door real quick, not give me good service. It's like going out to eat and you give the bare minimum. You ever see those people? I see them all the time at TGIF Fridays. They give the bare minimum service. Bare minimum. They'll come to your table the least that they possibly can. So anyway, I got the bare minimum service there, and I will never go back to that emergency. It's over on It is on Blue Diamond, and it's the first one when you're coming from Prump. It's the first emergency urgent care thing. I will never go back there. I will never go back there. As far as I'm concerned, I will go somewhere else. I would be better off coming here, but I figure, well, just see how it goes. And I wanted to get my Enigma needed to be driven and the cobwebs blown out, because a lot of times I'll not drive for 3 or 4 days and she's just sitting. Poor Enigma. So I've been kind of bummed out. I'm going to see about my ebook and get that going this week, and hopefully I can get some money coming in. Oh, I just don't. I've been really depressed, and then I really hate medicine in the 20. This is considered the 21st century. It's kind of like a joke. There's no Buck Rogers here, baby. There's no flying cars. There's no robots. There's jack and shit here. This is hell. This is like hell. This is my hell to end all hells. I really hate the 21st century, what they call it. If you have any idea, if you grew up where you were told by the 21st century, there's going to be all this amazing shit, you almost feel like you're on California Psychics, and I was told that I was going to get my answer that I wanted, and it was an answer, but it wasn't what I wanted. It did not answer my problems that I'm already dealing with. It just said they didn't have that. But I have 5 other problems that are causing other problems. And you're going, okay, let's get this taken care of. So I'm like, I'll just wait a couple more weeks. And Devin goes, what if it's cancer? I said, good. Maybe I'll just wait a couple more months then. I will not let it go, and no, it's not cancer. Okay, it's not the cancer. Trust me on that one. It's not cancer, because I wouldn't have, if I even thought it was, trust me, there would be no talk about it, Damn, I can point and fart now, pretty much. I didn't go on last night. I was just so tired. I just like, so anyway, I'm going to put some more videos that are dealing with like outside and walking and smoking weed. Of course, people don't know that I'm smoking weed, because of the fact I usually use these things. When you use flour, and it's true flour, you only get 75% of what you smoke. When you get this, you get pretty much almost 100%. You get like 98%, only 2% goes to, where it's not used. So I don't know what I'm going to do right now. Everything's up in the air, and that's the only thing that bothers me, because I am so used to knowing, I guess if you are used to planning things out, like your life, after you get divorced, what you're going to do, where you're going to go. I have the hardest thing is trying to explain to your ex that the president sucks so bad that your stocks are crapping out and you don't have that kind of money. You didn't go out spending it. Yeah, okay. You buy clothes and stuff. He says, oh, you're buying so much. I buy stuff used, a lot of my stuff. So, and I wear them. But I just feel that right now, I don't know what's going to go on. I'm tired of having no ability of what's going. So that's the only thing. I think I'm going to just probably take a nap or something, and then work on my book tomorrow. Actually, I'll work on it until it is on e-published. I don't write under my name. I don't write, I write under a different name. So, no, I'm not telling you. Mhm. It'll be called How I Ruined My Life. And I did. My life is totally ruined. Yeah, I don't want to go out, dating or anything. Like, I just want to get certain things fixed. I feel if I don't got my job situation and my other stuff, I might as well, it's like my dad said, make sure you got your situations, set up, when you want to go out dating and whatnot, because then you got your money situation, you get that's, so I got up early. Actually, I got up at I think 3 in the morning, and I'm tired. Ugh. Take a small nap and then wake up and you know. So every so often I get one person or whatever. I don't really get a whole lot of people. There's not a lot of people who are big avid weeders and stuff. They're just fine. I don't care. And then it's like when somebody is up all night and you're trying to go to sleep, and then you wake up, it's like 2 in the morning and they're still up. They're still fucking up. They're not, they haven't been to bed because they got up when it was like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're like, all right, Mhm. God, no, I miss being a kid. It's like, a friend of mine said, if you could do it over again, would you? I go, fuck yeah. Of course, it'd be a whole different thing. So, it's at 32. I don't see no one on here. I figure I would just, I'm still finding out, what's going on. I guess I'll find out sooner or later. Because I asked him about the other problems I'm having, and I figure I'd just wait a couple more weeks and go in. If I don't get an answer in a couple weeks, that's that's like I said, the worst medical anything has been out west. I've the best has been over in Loma Linda, has the best medical. If you need certain things for the out west, I would say go to Loma Linda because it's got the best out in the out west. So if you have your choice and you can go anywhere, go to Loma Linda. You will get really good service in dealing with the medical field. It's a very healthy community. That's what Pahrump should strive to be, because you think about it, wouldn't you, if you were an older person, want to live a long time? Well, wouldn't that be, like a Loma Linda type thing? Shouldn't you, instead of you sitting in front of the gambling devices, exercise. It's good to see other people going and walking and other people taking an advantage of trying to be healthy instead of sitting in your house and stuff. Cause I'm like, wow, so yeah. So I get to find out what's wrong with me. But I can probably fart the Star Spangled Banner. Damn it! I just gotta try to, like you like squeeze your butt cheeks. Yeah, I become very gassy, so it makes me think, am I eating the wrong food? So I, of course, are going to like not want to drink the milk stuff, and I'm still up to Boost Max, and that's milk. So I quit it for a couple days and nothing different changed. So I'm back on my Boost Max. It's not going to change. No difference in the fartism. So I'm trying and you go, okay, I'm going to try this. Nope. I'm going to try that. No. So I tried the other stuff and it just doesn't work out. And that's what I've been up to for the past 3 weeks. Now I'm to that point where I already got tested for one of my problems. So I'm like, okay, now I got to go and figure out, is it, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Because when you're dealing with people here out west, it's like, I don't know if there's just like, it is just the God damn, are they stupid as fuck, some of them. Jesus Christ, you're like, Lord, and you're a doctor. Oh God. That's how I feel too. I really do. I've had doctors do some strange stuff out here. Real strange. So I have a feeling in the next couple of weeks I will be going to urgent care going, okay, I need this. This is what I will like taken care of, That's what I would. And like a friend of mine said, you know what? You might not get an answer. Her mother was treated that way. She had ovarian cancer. Not that I don't got ovarian cancer. What I'm saying is she went 6 months. She was not taken care of. They didn't look at anything. They just said, "Oh, you move along. Come on, girl. You move it along." And that's how the medicine out west is not what is it? Not perfect. Shit. It's behind the times. It really is. I mean, I've had friends tell me the same thing, and I go, "Oh yeah, I know." So, well, tomorrow I'm going to be working on my book, finish what I need to have finished done, and after I get it, I got to send some pictures. I actually have to go and look through a buttload of pictures and figure out, what I got to do. I hope everyone has a nice rest of the week because mine just nothing. There's nothing going on. My divorce should be finished in April. Uh, like I said, I'm not doing any of the dating thing, and I hate when people they forget how old I am and they try to put out like, "Yeah, he's about 60, 65." I'm like, I'll kill him. Come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a hike. And the guy goes, he falls down the mountain. That would be my luck in dating someone my age, but they're not in physical condition and they lie and say, "Yeah, I am. Oh yeah, I'm going to sit there and take you up on. Yep, we're going to go to on this trail. We're going to do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah." Mhm. Yep, yep, yep. We usually have like the California psychics, because maybe you'll like go and get them. They're pretty good on the average, but they told me I was going to get my answer. My answer would have been a complete, understandably, an answer to why I'm having all these problems. And if I have any extra added to them, it's going to suck even worse. Because it didn't answer my first problem or my second or my third or my 15th. It just let it, okay, we're just going to let it go. Like my friend said, you don't ever want to get anything that would be life threatening out west. And I agreed, because you go and you tell them, it's like they're not playing house when you're going to go to urgent care or whatever. They're just going to get done what they have to get done and move you on your way. But even in Pahrump, they're not that quick. Man, the one on emergency, the one from Blue Diamond, they were just like push you out the door. Woo wee, boom. So, yeah. Well, I am going to say hopefully I can get some answers in the next couple weeks. I'll be very curious of what holds for me. I mean, the thing is, I could just see it. I'm working in the front, like at the wallflower, and I go to bend over. It's like it sounds like an elephant going, but it's me going. That is my luck. I'll be stuck with the fartitis for the next 100 years. So keep it real. Stay out of trouble. And be nice to one another. I love you guys. Bye, darlings. Give a good thumbs up.